Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Oh, man. What? What an episode. Seriously, just right off the bat, I'm going to say that. Tremendous episode from Impact Wrestling. And I'm going to be serious for just a minute. I really needed this. I really needed this because after the tragic events that happened yesterday, and I'm not going to get into a big political thing. That's not what I'm doing here. So no, that's not where this is going. It's just, I don't watch the news much. I watch a ridiculous amount of professional wrestling, folks. Okay. I watch, a lot of little indie things I find on YouTube and Twitch and stuff. I watch Impact Wrestling, all the WWE stuff, everything in just a ridiculous amount. Why? To drown out all the BS from the rest of the world. Okay? So, I don't normally do this, but because, I've started out a couple other videos recently for fallen musicians and stuff like that. So I'm going to start out this one like this. And this is for everyone we lost yesterday in Florida. And if I could just have a moment of silence to start out this, and then we'll have some fun. So. Thank you. All right. I said J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Reviewing this week's Impact Wrestling that just finished. Wow. This, I gotta say, this set of tapings has been very consistent. And I mean that in the most positive way. Number one, the wrestling, who they've got on the roster now, whether it's they bring them in for a little while, or they've had them there for a long time. The collection of guys and gals they've got on there now, the wrestling is, you're going to throw your 2 cents in on this too? Am I kidding? You coming in here or what? I'm live. I'm trying to do this. All right, whatever. But the wrestling's incredible. And we've had we had a debut. We had a surprise return. We had a little bit of everything. It was pretty exciting. So let's dive into this. Talk about some of the highlights from tonight. This is for February 15th. Like I said, tonight's show. Kicks off with OVE coming out with Sami Callihan versus Lashley. By the way, I want to say it was very nice of OVE. It's like, they're pretty badass and they're pretty crazy and they're, hitting people with pipes and stuffing people in trunks. Well, you know what, folks? They let Lashley out of the trunk for this show. That's genuinely that's a that's a sign of decency, so they're not all bad folks. Okay. So, for all of you fans out there that are giving OVE a hard time for being such what's the word I'm looking for? Thugs? Is that a good word? Thuggery? Is that, I don't know. Google it. Is that a word? We'll check later. Yeah, they're kind of thuggish, So yeah, we had Sami Callihan versus Lashley, and this was, oh my god, I'm a big Sami Callihan fan, and I've seen him do lots of crazy stuff. I became an even bigger fan of his for all he did in Lucha Underground. Yes, that was him and Lucha. Yeah, they changed the name. Yeah, it's a TV show. Yeah, it's anyways. So yeah, Lashley and Sami Callihan had a hell of a match. Excuse me. But it ended in DQ. Lashley, of course, getting the win because OVE comes in for the beatdown. No pipes this time, though. They were nice. And Eddie Woods comes down to the ring for the save. So, and that is going to lead to what we found out later in the show. Next week is going to be OVE, so the Christ brothers, versus Edwards and Lashley. We'll see who gets the upper hand on that one. But I have absolutely no doubt that Sami Callihan is going to come along for the ride on that one. By the way, folks, I am watching my chat. If anybody you want to chat along with me while I'm doing this live, by all means, type away. All right. Or if you don't like me, talk amongst yourselves. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, so whatever. But no, thank you for joining me, everyone who's here live. And I know some of us tuned in tonight to see who Allie's secret admirer is. And, really had no clue where this was going, but this was interesting. So she gets a note saying, meet her in the tunnel by Studio 20. I'm paraphrasing here. Studio 22 in the tunnel. So, cute little Allie, confused, is like, okay, she's looking where to go. And I'm just gonna jump ahead here to the next segment where we see her again. She gets to the spot where she's supposed to be. She sees a card and a big box of chocolates. Made me a little jealous because all I got for my wife was a coffee cup and a little stuffed animal. So I need to work on my stuff. I do. So she's looking around. She's confused. She doesn't know, what to expect. And from the dumpster behind her comes Laurel Van Ness with a sneak attack, but not so sneaky because Allie, they did this slow-mo too. It was priceless. Allie swings around with the box of the big box of chocolates, swings around, slow-mo, boom, chocolates everywhere. I laughed so hard. I mean, it was a cool segment. It was nice to see Allie get the upper hand for once and whatnot. And really get one over on the champ because she is so sly and she is so devious and probably secretly has a drinking problem that we've seen before. Oh, man. So Allie gets one up on her and ends up putting her back in the dumpster, gives her 1-4. Crazy. So that was cool. So she does not really have a secret admirer. It was just Laurel Van Ness, the champ, trying to get one up on her because obviously this is not over. They're gonna face off sometime soon. I'm assuming Allie's gonna get another shot. We'll see. When I showed the the flashback segment was the wedding between Laurel Van Ness and what's his name? Braxton Sutter? Is that his name? Excuse me. Which went horribly wrong and had a bunch of run-ins and the whole set got tore down and it was just a hot mess. And then he professed his love to Allie. By the way, where has he been? Did someone leave him in catering and not tell him to come out with her or something? Or what's going on? He needs to be out there. And I haven't seen a lot of his stuff. From what I've seen, the few matches I have seen him on Impact, he is a decent wrestler. I know he's done a lot more than that. He's done CZW, I've heard, and, you know, a lot of other stuff in the indies. But yeah, I mean, I want to see more of them together, you know, it's, why not? So hope those two work their stuff out. We'll see what happens. What's next here? Oh, Rosemary versus Hanai. Quick little match. And from what I'm seeing people type online, because yes, this is apparently the same girl that got let go during these tapings or whatever. They I noticed someone I read someone, and I'm sorry if I'm misquoting, I can't remember who said it, but I noticed someone said that Sanjay Dutt was completely talking over Hanai's offense. And yeah, come to think of it, yeah, he was, which is actually really, I mean, no, you should not do that, but that was kind of their way of getting back at her for doing what she did. I didn't hear the whole story, but whatever happened, I don't know. But excuse me. But nonetheless, Rosemary gets a win, and looked like she was a little hungry too. Took a chunk out of Hanai's arm or something. So I don't know if that's going to be the last we see of Hanai or what, but whatever. Always good to see Rosemary though. Fan favorite. I've really grown to like her. She's great. Her charisma is through the roof. Her in-ring work is great. Oh, let's see. What else here? Oh, okay. Next, we've got Tyrus. We get the little segment. We see, said Morrison, but no, not Mundo. Impact. Yeah. How did I screw that up? Johnny Impact and Bad Sydal talking backstage, getting ready for their match. And then we see EC3, and then we get the surprise. He looks over his shoulder, and the mystery partner for this match is Tyrus. Tyrus is back in the Impact Zone. That's pretty awesome. He looks great. I mean, he's always been a big guy, but he looks like he's lost a significant amount of weight, and he was moving good in the ring, and you know, just looks great. And you know, yes, we know this is EC3's last run, last set of tapings, so I don't know if that's all Tyrus is going to stick around for. If it is, so be it. But nonetheless, it in my opinion, it's great to see these two back together, even if it is for a short period of time. So, so we get EC3 and Tyrus versus Johnny Impact and Matt Sydal. EC3 and Tyrus coming out with a win here. Oh, and I got a side note saying that it was a rough night for the camera crew. And I remember the first one I saw was when Sami Callihan was coming down to the ring and basically pushed the camera guy out of the way. Just, I don't know if he hit him with the baseball bat or just, you know, face palmed him or whatever. And I noticed someone else took a dive, and I don't remember which match it was in. It was in one of these. And the ring announcer took a flying leap too, courtesy of Callihan. Man, he was just messing with everybody. He was just ruthless. Much thuggery. Yeah. All right, back to this. What's next? Oh, okay. We get a segment of Jimmy Jacobs walking into the Park office or offices, and with Congo Kong, and they completely demolish Joseph Park's office, and basically said that they are going to go to the ring next week and they are going to demand Abyss to come out. So I don't know if that means that we're getting Abyss versus Congo Kong next week, but Joseph Parks is going to be none too happy when he shows up at the office the next day. Yeah. But it's all on camera, so they'll know exactly who did it. So, yeah, thank God for modern security. Yeah. So we got that. Oh, we also get the announcement. Well, it's an announcement, but it's also a reminder. If you missed the, excuse me, if you missed the Brace for Impact show that was on last Friday or Saturday, whatever it was, one of the two, whatever. Teddy Hart showed up, and it was like a debut for. I mean, it wasn't strictly a Impact show. They partnered with. Oh man, I forgot who they partnered up with. But nonetheless, Teddy Hart showed up because Eddie Edwards could not wrestle, was not cleared, but Eddie Edwards was still there and announced his replacement, which was Teddy Hart. They then, during that indie show on Twitch, said that Teddy Hart was going to be part of the WrestleCon Impact show on April 6th, and that's going to be live on Twitch. And they reaffirmed it here tonight during the show, and they said that that is going to be Teddy Hart's debut on Impact. So, I mean, people make all sorts of appearances and surprises during this show and that show over the course of WrestleMania weekend. Because some of these guys do, like I watched a lot of stuff on FloSlam last year, for example, and they made comments to the effect of some of these guys like Keith Lee and Sami Callihan do like just a ridiculous amount of shows over the course of the weekend. I think one number that popped up, someone said someone did like between 20 to 30 shows over the course of the week for all the different events or something. It's like, holy crap. So, so yeah, Teddy Hart's going to be part of Impact. I don't know if he's going to be like a permanent part of the roster. I mean, that would be a hell of, well, I mean, they did the debut nonetheless is special, but if they can keep him, oh man, that'd be great. That'd be great. I haven't seen a lot of Teddy Hart stuff, and I know he's had some hard times, but you know, if he stays on the straight and narrow path and stays clean and stays out of trouble, hey, he'd be a welcome talent to Impact Wrestling, I'm sure. So very excited about that. Talk about that. Then we get what I had been waiting for weeks and what we heard little rumblings about for almost months. Brian Cage made his debut in the Impact Zone tonight against, almost missed it. If you blinked, you missed it. The guy's name was John Cruz. No, not any relation to Tom. Just stop thinking for a minute. I don't know about you sometimes. Just sit there and be quiet. We'll talk after this, okay? Just So we get the debut of Brian Cage, absolutely kicking ass. He got a nice pop from the crowd too. I mean, obviously some other Brian Cage fans in the crowd. I'm most excited because I got to know Cage from his character on Lucha Underground. So I've been a fan of his since season 1, watching him just evolve and destroy everyone and anyone. And yeah, it's a perfect fit to see, you know, how many more guys from Lucha Underground are going to show up on the Impact Zone. I mean, I'm ecstatic about this. I really am. Johnny, Ty is supposed to come back. Brian, we've got guys from AAA, Phantasma, Concarno, Callahan was on there too, and so yeah, I mean it was a squash match, but nonetheless, just great to see him. And I guess from what I saw in little promo pics on Twitter right before I started here, he's also going to be in action next week. So we'll see who he faces. I can't wait to find out. So welcome Brian Cage to Impact. You are a welcome face. Big fan, and I can't wait to see what else you do for this great evolving and growing brand of professional wrestling. And it just grows from here. We get an X Division match next from dear God, it's been a long day. It has Phantasma from AAA, who's been making quite a name for himself down there in a feud with, dare I say it, Tejano. You gotta say it like Famous B. And if you don't know why I said that the way I said it, just go watch some Lucha Underground. You'll understand really quick, especially from this last season. Are you back in here again? What? Causing trouble? Yeah, you are. All right. You want to say hi to all these people? That's Oreo. Say hi. You say hi? No? Okay. But y'all be nice. All right. Love me. Love my kitties. That's all I can say. Quick little appearances here and there. Phantasma versus, I never say the full name because it's, you know, versus Ishimori, who is the X Division champ. Wow. Just wow. I'm not good at the play-by-plays and, oh, he did this and then he flipped this way, and no, just go watch the match, okay? My cats, I'm sorry. Great match. And they kept referencing this. I wrote it down. I wrote down Mothball theme song. The theme song for Ishimori when he comes out. Josh Matthews keeps referencing this song. So I guess I have to go like on YouTube and look this up. He keeps calling it, after like a couple weeks in a row, 2-3 weeks in a row now, he keeps calling it like the greatest theme song of all time. And he said they all wear Ishimori's mask, and Ishimori is in the video. So, there you go. Mothball, the band, you can send me a check for that. No, I'm kidding. So I guess at some point after this, I will go look that up. I love looking up new music on YouTube. Why not? You know? Ishimori retains. Can't forget to throw that in there. Then we get the main event for the Impact Global Championship. Are they still calling it the Global Championship? I don't know. It's the Impact Championship. I've heard we're getting new championship belts in April. So my guess, this is purely speculation, folks, purely speculation. My goal, if I was running things and I was going to put out new championship belts to help this whole, thing move forward, because they had a lot of trouble last year. I would debut the new belts at WrestleCon. I think that'd be a very... Hi. Don't you go knocking down my... Oh, she is trouble. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That's a first. At least I think it is. I have to go back and watch all my videos now. So yeah, if I was doing that, I would debut them during WrestleMania weekend, during WrestleCon. I think that'd be pretty cool. Ay. Anyways, last but certainly not least, Eli Drake versus Austin Aries, the man from Milwaukee. Proud hometown guy. Hell of a match. Did not disappoint. And I knew this wasn't going to be a squash match. No. And Adonis even got clobbered. They almost took out a kid in the front row right behind Adonis there. Did you see that? They put the garter there. Crazy match. Aries almost didn't retain there. I was a little worried because you never know what's going to happen in the Impact Zone. But excuse me. But yeah, Aries retains, and yeah, and I guess what do we? Oh, next week. And speaking of the championship, the number one contendership for the Impact Championship is on the line. So we got EC3 versus Johnny Impact. That's probably going to headline it. I can't wait to see that. Oh, you were just getting into trouble. All right, we're going to wrap this up before she, starts a fire or something. Thank you so much for joining me. This will pretty much wrap up this week. I might do a last minute one tomorrow, but I got my kids this weekend, and I try not to do this stuff when I have my kids. I try to, focus on my kids. So, if anything, I'll be back Sunday night or Monday. So, if you're new to the channel, excuse me. If you're new to the channel, by all means, if you like the content, go check out the rest of the content. Give the channel a sub. If you like the video, give the video a like. And ring that bell for notifications. Thank you so much for joining me. Excuse me. Damn. Time to go to bed, folks. Put these kitties to bed and my sick ass to bed. So, for this one who will remain anonymous over here, I'm J-Bone for Smash This Podcast. Thank you and good night.